What are you before thoughts appear? Ever notice the tiny gap before a thought appears? In that gap, there's no name, no story, no identity, just awareness, silent, watching. So ask yourself, if thoughts come and go, and you're the one seeing them, then what are you before the next thought appears? This is your buddy Mansi now signing off with a loving request to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hi friends, this is your buddy Mansi. You and I, we both want success, right? But have you ever noticed some people move faster towards it? Not luck, not timing, it's the quality of their questions. Every winner, every thinker, every leader asks better questions. So no, I am not talking about cheap questions like आप थकते क्यों नहीं और आप आम कैसे खाते हैं? Think about it. When you say, why me? Your mind looks for pain. You ask, what can I learn from this? Your mind looks for growth. That's the shift successful people make. They train their mind to explore, not complain. Questions direct our focus. Focus directs our future. If your questions are small, your growth stays small. If your questions are deep, your life expands. Study builds this depth. Experience sharpens it. Together, they turn confusion into clarity. Let's take an example. An average trader asks, will this stock go up? But a wise one asks, what's the logic behind its movement? One question ends the search. The other starts the journey. Same with life. Don't ask, can I do this? Ask, what do I need to become to do this? Success doesn't come from having all answers. It comes from daring to ask better questions. Study fuels your curiosity. Experience guides your direction. Together, they turn your questions into a powerful tool. So today, pause. Study fuels your curiosity. Experience guides your direction. Ask yourself, are my questions helping me grow? Because that single shift might change everything. The world doesn't reward those who know everything. It rewards those who keep asking something better. This is your buddy Mansi now signing off with a loving request to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hi my dear ones, this is your loving buddy Mansi. You know, I've met people who work so hard to earn, but somewhere they stop learning. And that's where decline silently begins. When we start earning, we feel we've arrived. The hustle slows, the curiosity fades, and comfort creeps in. But the world doesn't stop. It keeps changing faster than we think. Skills that once made us valuable slowly become outdated. And we don't even notice until it's too late. See, learning isn't just for students, it's the oxygen for growth, professional, personal, even emotional. Earning gives us comfort. Learning gives us longevity. The moment you say, I already know enough. And that's the moment the world quietly moves ahead of you. Every successful person you admire is still a student. They read, they reflect, they question, they adapt. The marketplace doesn't reward degrees anymore. It rewards awareness. It rewards the learner who keeps evolving. So if you've started earning, don't stop learning. Spend 15 minutes a day reading, watching, or listening to something new. Challenge your own beliefs. Update your mind. Unlearn what's obsolete. Because learning is not a phase, it's survival. The day you stop learning, your edge disappears. Keep growing, keep learning. The money will follow. But more importantly, respect will. This is your buddy Mansi reminding you, stay hungry, stay curious, and never let your mind retire. This is your buddy Mansi now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hi, my dear ones. This is Mansi, your buddy, back again. Can we talk about something more serious than butterflies and Bollywood love stories? Most of us grow up dreaming of romance, don't we? But real life asks a tougher question. Can I build a life with this person every single day? So let's slow down for 2 minutes and look at what you are truly choosing when you choose a life partner. Romance is beautiful, but it is the smallest part of long-term partnership. The glow of chemistry fades when bills, responsibilities, and real life enter the room. What stays is how this person treats you when they are tired, stressed, or disappointed. That is what your future actually feels like, year after year. Conflict and communication. You are choosing how conflict will be handled in your home. Will disagreements turn into screaming matches, silent treatment, or honest conversations? Notice how they speak when they are angry with others, because one day, that same voice will be used with you. You are choosing whether problems are solved together, or whether one person shuts down while the other begs to be heard. Money and daily life. You are also choosing how money will be spent, saved, or wasted. Is this person careful, compulsive, secretive, or responsible with finances? Financial stress quietly kills peace in many homes. So a partner who respects money is also respecting your future security. Look at their daily habits, because you will live inside those habits every single day. Growth, mistakes, and anger. You are choosing whether growth is encouraged or mocked. Do they cheer when you learn and evolve, or feel threatened by your progress? Notice how they react to mistakes. Do they insult, blame, or respond with patience and problem solving? You are choosing how anger will sound in your house. You are choosing how silence will feel when something goes wrong. Respect and emotional safety. Chemistry can fade, but irresponsibility, disrespect, and immaturity usually do not. If someone plays with your feelings today, they will not magically become mature after marriage. Ask yourself, do I feel emotionally safe with this person? Can I be fully myself? Or am I constantly walking on eggshells? The wrong choice can cost you years of peace you will never get back. The right choice protects that peace and multiplies it. What the right partner feels like. The right partner is not perfect, but they are willing to grow, apologize, and take responsibility. They value your rest, your dreams, your mental health. They make your nervous system relax, not constantly stay in alert mode. A good partner gives you more than love. They give you stability, safety, and a life where you can finally breathe deeply. Look beyond flowers, dinners, and cute photos on social media. Ask the harder questions to yourself. How do we fight? How do we repair? How do we handle money? How do we grow? Because you are not just choosing a person. You are choosing your future peace, your future home, and the future version of yourself. Choose the partner who protects your peace, not just your loneliness. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hey, my dear ones, welcome back. This is your buddy Mansi, and today we're diving into a truth most traders ignore. Think about it. A strategy that worked perfectly for weeks suddenly stops working. Same charts, same indicators, same rules, but results completely different. Why does it happen? Is the market against us? Or do we unknowingly destroy our own strategy? If you face this cycle, profit, loss, frustration, new system, this episode is your mirror. Here's the reality. Every trading strategy has a shelf life. Because markets don't stand still. They breathe, they move, they evolve. A trending market loves breakouts. But when price goes sideways, the same breakout strategy bleeds. Did strategy fail? Not really. The environment changed. Market is a river, sometimes calm, sometimes wild. You can't row the same way in every current. A rigid approach sinks. A flexible one survives. Most traders make one mistake. They try to make a permanent rule for a temporary market. But markets have seasons, trending, range-bound, volatile. You need to dress your strategy for the weather. Backtesting gives us confidence. But when live trading begins, emotions enter. Fear, doubt, greed, over-optimization. We polish our strategy so much that it fits only the past. Then the future arrives, and it cracks. Mark Douglas said it best, every trade is unique. Outcomes are uncertain. But probabilities work only when we're consistent. Change the system too early, and you kill its edge. And remember, when a strategy becomes too popular, it stops working. Institutions hunt there, liquidity dries up. The problem is not the strategy, it's predictability. A mature trader doesn't chase setups. He reads conditions. He chooses when not to trade. Keep a journal. Track what worked, when, and in what environment. Patterns will appear. You'll realize strategy didn't fail. It outlived its season. So, if the market is a living system, your strategy too must breathe, adapt, and grow. Don't blame losses. Learn from them. Don't fight the flow. Move with it. Remember, markets test your adaptability, not your perfection. A strategy isn't a treasure map. It's a compass, and you decide how to navigate. Keep evolving, keep observing, and let your strategy flow with the market's rhythm. Because strategies don't survive by luck. They survive through traders who evolve. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hey everyone, welcome back. You're with your stock market buddy Mansi. Today we're diving into one of the most mysterious behaviors in the market, the stop-loss hunt. You've seen it, right? Price hits your stop, then shoots exactly in your direction. It feels like somebody's watching your trade, doesn't it? But let's clear the fog. No, there isn't a secret villain moving your stop. What's really happening is something called algorithmic liquidity seeking. Here's how it works. Institutions have massive orders, sometimes millions of shares. They can't enter that trade all at once. So they break it into smaller chunks using execution algorithms like VWAP or TWAP orders. Now these smart algorithms look for weak zones. They find areas where retail traders have tight stops below recent lows or above highs. When those stops trigger, price drops or spikes quickly. That's exactly when these algorithms buy or sell quietly. It's not stop hunting, it's execution optimization. They use that liquidity to fill their big orders at a discount. And funny enough, our charts show it as stop hunts for. So when you see price sweep a low and bounce, that's liquidity transfer. The stops got triggered, liquidity appeared, and the hidden whale finished its meal. Think of yourself as a pilot fish, riding beside the whale. You can't fight it. You can only flow with it. And that's how technical traders profit, by aligning with liquidity, not emotions. But here's the catch. Don't place your stop right below obvious support or above resistance. That's where algorithms expect to find liquidity. Use odd numbers, vary lot sizes, be unpredictable. And remember this, liquidity isn't always there. In one snapshot, a single retail stop order can move the market. Because at that exact second, real liquidity may be razor thin. That's why markets now sweep lows twice. You've seen it, price dips, bounces, and dips again. The logic is simple. The algorithm slows its buying to test for cheaper fills. When it confirms real bids underneath, it resumes buying. That's why your protected low sometimes gets taken out again. So the next time you feel the market hunted your stop, just smile and remember, it's not personal, it's mechanical. The game isn't rigged. It's just coded to find opportunity wherever emotion hides it. Trade smart, trade calm, and always trade with understanding, not fear. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Welcome to today's episode where we explore the beauty of self-reflection and personal growth. Look into your eyes and say, there is something in me that makes me special, very special. Repeat 21 times or more and see the magic in 21 days. Repeat 21 times or more.
Hey everyone, I am your buddy Mansi. If you're new here, welcome to our little corner of learning, growth, and self-discovery. I talk about markets, money, mindset, and the magic of the people you keep around you. Because success isn't just what you know, it's who you grow with. Let me share something that completely changed the way I look at life. You'll succeed a lot more when you surround yourself with people smarter than you. People who've seen more, failed more, and learned more. People who can challenge you, not to compete, but to make you think deeper. Spend time with those who read more than you, who've built things you're still dreaming about, because their energy rubs off, their discipline becomes contagious, and their standards become your new normal. Now, here's something even more powerful. Be around people who are not just intelligent, but understanding, who are kind and compassionate when life gets messy. Because wisdom without compassion creates pride, but compassion with wisdom creates transformation. When you sit with greatness, a part of it silently grows within you. You start expanding without even noticing. So ask yourself, who's in your circle? Do they lift you higher or keep you comfortable? If growth is your goal, choose people who make you a bit nervous, because that's how you evolve. If this resonated, share it with someone who inspires you. Remember, your circle shapes your summit. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hey everyone, I'm your loving buddy Mansi. You might know me as someone who talks about money, markets, and mindset. But today, I want to talk about something deeper. Something we often overlook in the noise of knowing everything, the power of not knowing. You see, knowledge makes us confident, but awareness of what we don't know, that makes us wise. When I first started studying markets, I thought I knew enough. Indicators, patterns, ratios, I had them all. But one day, a sudden crash wiped all my confidence. That's when I realized it's not what we know that traps us, it's what we assume we know. Being aware of our gaps opens a new space inside us. That space invites curiosity, growth, humility. Think about great learners, scientists, even spiritual masters. They ask more questions than they give answers. Because wisdom begins where ego ends. When you say, I don't know, you're not being weak, you're being true. You're allowing your mind to stay open, like a beginner again. And that beginner's mind, that's the secret to learning, trading, living, and evolving. Next time you feel unsure, smile. You just found your doorway to wisdom. Remember this, being aware of what we don't know is not ignorance, it's insight. So keep learning, keep questioning, keep growing. Because real wisdom doesn't shout, I know. It whispers, I'm still learning. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hey guys, I'm Mansi, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to share something very important for every new trader. We all love our charts, right? It feels so exciting when a signal appears. But wait. Before you make that trade, stop for a moment. Because even if the chart looks perfect, the market around it might not be. Here's the truth. A stock can give a technical signal, but if the market mood is opposite, it won't work well. Imagine your stock shows a buy, but Nifty is falling. Global markets are red. And traders are nervous. Now what happens? Your stock might fall too, even with that buy signal. See, charts are like traffic lights. A green light says go, but what if there's a traffic jam ahead? You wait, right? Same thing in trading. When I look at a trade, I check 3 things. First, the overall market trend. Is the index supporting me? Second, the volume. Are more people buying or selling? And third, any big news or events coming soon? Once you understand this context, your trades become safer. You'll stop chasing every signal and start trading with confidence and patience. Remember, trading is not just about charts. It's about reading the full story. The story of the market, not just the stock. So next time you see a buy or sell signal, ask yourself, is the market supporting it? If yes, go for it. If no, stay calm and wait. That's your edge as a smart trader. All right, friends, that's all for today. Trade safe, learn daily, and stay confident. I'll see you in the next episode. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Repo rate is the interest rate at which RBI lends short-term funds to banks. Higher rates raise bank loan costs, increasing your EMIs. Lower rates boost spending.
Reverse repo rate is the interest RBI pays banks for parking their extra cash with it. This sucks money out of circulation to fight inflation. Suppose bank has 100 crore idle, it parks it at RBI's 3.35% reverse repo rate. They earn 3.35 crore interest yearly. This curbs lending, cools prices. Higher rate means banks hoard cash at RBI, slowing economy, lower pushes lending. Purchasing power parity. PPP means your money buys same stuff everywhere when adjusted for local prices. A burger costing $5 in the US might be 150 rupees in India. The value of $5 makes 450 rupees. By that analogy, the burger should cost 450 in India. So PPP shows the rupee has more power there than exchange rates suggest. Think of it like trading toys. One toy in the US equals 2 in India due to prices. So the PPP fixes that fair trade rate. It reveals true wealth. India's economy looks bigger via PPP than market rate. Hi everyone, I am Mansi. If you've been here before, you already know. I love diving deep into what truly drives success. And if you're new, welcome. You're in for something powerful today. You see, I've spent years studying people who've reached the top. In business, art, sports, even trading. You know what I found? Every single super performer had one thing in common. They loved what they were doing, truly, deeply, almost like breathing. Passion wasn't a hobby for them. It was their heartbeat. It kept them going when everyone else stopped. Think about it. When you love what you do, you don't count hours. You lose yourself in the process. And that's where greatness begins, not in talent, but in love for the craft. Every master you admire once started as a beginner, but they stayed because they enjoyed the journey. They weren't chasing fame or fortune. They were chasing that feeling. And here's the twist. You don't find passion by overthinking. You find it by doing, trying, experimenting, by getting your hands dirty in the things that excite you. So pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what makes you lose track of time? What makes your heart beat faster? That could be your clue to real success. Because the truth is, no one can sustain long hours, repeated failures, or endless uncertainty unless they're in love with the process. That's the secret sauce behind every world-class performer. We all have that spark inside, but most people smother it with doubt or comparison. Don't do that. Feed it instead. Start today. The real magic happens when you stop working just for results and start working out of pure love for what you do. That might just be your path to the top. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. India VIX measures expected ups and downs, volatility in the Nifty 50 index over the next 30 days, like a fear gauge for the Indian stock market. High VIX means big swings expected. Low means calm.
For example, if India VIX is 15, traders expect Nifty to swing about 15%.
Up or down in a year, annualized from 30 days, so maybe 3 to 4% monthly wobble. VIX at 10, small moves. Scary news, VIX at 30, wild jumps. Novices watch VIX to avoid trading in high fear times above 20 to 25.
Buy the dips when it is low, under 15. Welcome back, traders. I'm Mansi, and today we're traveling far from the noise of the markets and deep into the mountains of China, where an ancient rule reshapes everything we know about trading. The first rule of ancient Chinese trading is simple. Never trade when angry, never trade when afraid.
But hidden in this paradox lies the most powerful trading secret ever discovered. It's called Wu Wei, the art of effortless action.
The discipline of doing nothing until doing becomes inevitable. Western traders chase every candle, every breakout. They're always reacting, always running. But the Chinese masters, they sit in stillness. They breathe. They observe.
And when they act, it's like a calligrapher's single perfect stroke.
One move, infinite precision. This isn't just trading. It's transformation, not just of your account, but of your mind.
The story begins in a small tea house by the Yangtze River, 1987.
A businessman begs an old monk for help. He's lost everything.
The monk pours tea and says quietly, "You didn't lose to the market.
You lost to your own desire. And that moment birthed the silent path.
A trading system rooted in 5,000 years of Taoist wisdom and confirmed today by neuroscience. Modern researchers found that these traders barely activate their brain's fear center. While most of us panic during drawdowns, their minds stay calm, clever, focused. The silent path rests on 5 timeless pillars.
First, Shu, emptiness before action. Be still before you trade. Let go of prediction. Let clarity replace cleverness.
Losses aren't punishment. They're tuition fees for wisdom.
Third, Zhongyong, the golden mean. Risk the same on every trade. No emotion, no overconfidence, just balance.
Fourth, Shiji, perfect timing. Wait for the one flawless moment. Trade less, win big.
Fifth, Yin Yang, the dance of opposites. Flow with the market, never fight it. Profit in rise or fall. Stay centered through both. In essence, these masters don't chase trades. They invite them. They become still enough to feel the market's breath. Growing market eyes, seeing not just price, but rhythm, momentum, energy. When they finally act, it's effortless, natural, exact. Because patience built precision. Maybe that's the lesson for all of us. Trading isn't about prediction. It's about perception. Not control, but connection.
So tomorrow, before the charts open, pause, breathe.
Listen, because the best traders don't fight the market's flow,
They become one with it. And that's where true wealth begins.
not in chasing profits, but in mastering yourself. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Not every fight is your fight. Some fights are not your job. Hi friends, this is your buddy Mansi. Today, let us breathe together for a moment. As traders, parents, partners, humans, we feel we must win every battle that comes our way. But some fights are worth ignoring. Silence is also an answer, and a very powerful one. So worth losing, because your peace is more valuable than your pride. Some fights are too big to face today. It is okay to say, not now, I need to grow first. Some fights are deeply personal. No one can fully see the storm inside you. And some battles are only won in prayer, in tears, in surrender, when no one is watching. When you feel tired, ask yourself gently, is this really my fight? Or am I just scared of letting go? Every argument on social media is not your fight. Every market move is not your signal to jump in. Every opinion about you is not your problem. You do not have to attend every drama you are invited to. Real strength is not always pushing harder. Sometimes it is stepping back and choosing rest. You may wonder, am I strong enough? The truth is, you were never meant to rely only on your own strength. We lean on God's strength, not ours. He is wiser, kinder, and so much stronger. He knows which battles will build you and which will break you. So when your heart is racing with fear, whisper, God, this fight is yours, not mine. Know that you are not alone. You have never been alone, not for a single second. There is nothing left to prove. You are already loved, already seen, already held. Take a slow, deep breath with me right now. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your jaw relax. The outcome you are stressing about may already be safely held in God's hands. God has already won the battles that truly matter. He is in control. He always was and always will be. So today, choose your battles with wisdom. Guard your peace like it is your most precious asset. Let this question stay with you after this video. Share it with someone who is tired of fighting alone. Is your buddy Mansi now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hi everyone, I'm Mansi, your buddy on this journey of growth, grit, and awareness. But here's something fascinating. Science and experience both whisper the same truth. When your mind screams enough, you've only used about half your real energy. We humans are built with incredible reserves, mental, emotional, physical. We just don't access them until life pushes us to the edge. Ever noticed how you lift something heavy when someone's in danger? Or how you keep running when you thought you were out of breath? That's not adrenaline alone. That's your inner power responding to belief. Your limits aren't what your body tells you. They're what your mind chooses to believe. The real barrier isn't pain. It's permission. Most people quit when they're halfway to what they're truly capable of. So, next time your mind says, stop, smile back. Let's see what happens if I go just one more step. That one step often takes you to a version of yourself you've never met before. A version that's strong, calm, and unstoppable. Your potential doesn't fade when you're tired. It awakens when you push beyond tired. Remember, you're only at 50% when you think you're done. So don't stop there. That's just your halfway mark to greatness. This is your buddy Mansi now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hey everyone, this is your stock market buddy Mansi.
Welcome back to my channel. If you love the stock market and want your trades to feel smarter, not riskier, you're in the right place. Because today I'm sharing one of my deeply tested strategies, the safe 200 DMA pullback strategy. You know how stocks go on a strong rally and then suddenly dip? Most traders panic there, but that dip can be pure gold if you know what to check. Here's the idea. We target stocks that have already rallied more than 20% in under 3 months. But we don't jump in blindly. We wait for them to pull back to the 200-day simple moving average. That's the backbone of long-term trend strength. Now here's where it gets interesting. We don't buy just because the price touches that line. We confirm. Step 1. Scan for stocks still trading above their 200 DMA with solid fundamentals. I'm talking about ROE above 15% and debt to equity below 1. Yes, you can find that easily on Chartink or Screener.in. Wait for the pullback. The price should dip 1 to 3% below that 200 DMA. Make sure the 20 DMA still sits above the 200. That means the uptrend's alive. Also, check RSI. It should be below 45, showing short-term oversold momentum. Step 3. Look for volume and reversal signs. Volume should spike at least 1.5 times higher than its 20-day average. Then spot a bullish candle, maybe a hammer, or if your super trend flips green here, even better. Step 4. Buy on the next open, but only if Nifty itself trades above its own 200 DMA. That's market alignment. Risk just 1 to 2% of your portfolio per position. Set your stop loss 2 to 3% below the latest swing low. Your first target can be 1-1 or 2-2 risk reward. Trail your stop along the 20 DMA as price climbs. And always book profits if RSI shoots past 70. Now, why this works? Because the 200 DMA catches stocks that are in real long-term uptrends. And when a strong stock corrects, that level often becomes a trampoline. Our filters like RSI, volume, and supertrend remove fake bounces that eat inexperienced traders alive. Backtests show this method beats the usual buy and hold strategy. 8 to 22% CAGR and win rates above 60 to even 80%, depending on the stock universe. So if you've been chasing momentum, maybe it's time to switch sides. Trade the pullback, not the panic. That's all for today's episode. If you found this useful, drop a comment saying, Mansi, more pullback setups. And don't forget to share this with your trading buddy. Because knowledge doubles when shared. Till next time, keep your charts clean and your discipline cleaner. This is your buddy Mansi now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hi everyone, I'm your loving buddy Mansi. I help you see the world of decisions in life, money, and the mind a little clearer. You know, we're always surrounded by choices. What to buy, what to say, what to hold onto. Sometimes it feels like life is an endless multiple choice test. But Here's something that changed the way I decide. If you can't decide, the answer is no. Sounds harsh, but think about it. Confusion is not a sign to move forward, it's a signal to pause. When something is truly right, clarity feels instant. There's no debate inside your head, no tug of war between logic and instinct. But when you hesitate, when your gut feels unsure, that's your inner self whispering, not yet. We often confuse fear with doubt. Fear is excitement in disguise. Doubt, on the other hand, is resistance, a quiet warning. The most successful traders, creators, and even partners, they don't force clarity, they wait for it. And the funny thing is, when it's a real yes, you don't even need to ask. Every part of you already knows. So the next time you're split between yes and no, choose stillness. I don't know often means not right now. Remember, clarity isn't found, it's felt.
This is your buddy Mansi now signing off with a loving request to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hey my dear ones, this is Mansi.
Today, let's talk about a hard truth most people avoid in relationships. You and I have both been there. You say, "This hurt me," and suddenly you become the villain. They turn the whole story around. You start wondering, am I overreacting? Am I the problem? What real care looks like. When someone genuinely loves you, your tears shake them. It breaks them to know they caused your pain. They may feel shocked, ashamed, even defensive for a moment, but very quickly their heart takes over their ego. They want to understand. They listen, they apologize, they try to do better. Real care leans in and says, "Tell me more. I want to fix this." Not "you're too sensitive" or "you always create drama." When ego replaces love, if every time you express hurt, they twist it back on you, notice that. That pattern has a name: gaslighting, a form of emotional abuse. Slowly, you stop trusting yourself and trust only their version of reality. Such people deflect, deny, and minimize. They say things like, "That never happened," or "You're imagining things." In those moments, your honesty is not welcome. Your honesty is a threat to the image they worship of themselves. They are not protecting the relationship. They are protecting their ego and the control they have over you. The silent cost to your soul. Living like this feels like walking on eggshells. You keep editing yourself so they don't explode or withdraw. Over time, your self-esteem drops. You start thinking, maybe I am the problem. Maybe I deserve this. You apologize just to keep peace. You stay quiet just to keep them. But every time you silence your truth, a part of you disappears. Your body knows the relationship is wrong long before your mind admits it. Choosing yourself without hate. Here's the toughest line you may ever draw. If they consistently choose their ego over your pain, that is not love. You can have compassion for their wounds and still decide, this behavior is not acceptable in my life. Loving yourself sometimes means losing them. But losing someone who abuses your reality is not a loss. A return to your voice, your sanity, your power. So today,
Ask yourself a quiet question. When I share my pain, do I feel safer or smaller?
Your answer will tell you everything about the relationship.
And everything about what you truly deserve next. This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Skills can change your bank balance. Wisdom can change how the world sees you. Hi, this is Mansi, your friend on this side of the mic. Today, let's connect on a simple but life-changing idea. We all chase results, but we rarely ask, what kind of result am I really building? 4 words, 4 outcomes, 4 reality. Skills. Income skills are your tools.
Every new skill is like adding one more source of income. When you learn, you expand options.
Money starts following the value you create, not just the hours you work. So don't be shy about upgrading yourself.
Courses, practice, feedback, mistakes, everything counts as skill building. Instead of asking, how can I earn more? Start asking, which skill, if I master it, will change my income?
Wisdom earns respect. Wisdom is more than knowledge. It is understanding what to do, when, and why. You can be talented and still not respected. Respect comes when people feel your decisions are thoughtful and fair. Wisdom grows from reflection. You pause, observe patterns, and learn from your own life.
When you speak from wisdom, people lean in. They may not always agree, but they listen.
Kindness earns trust. Kindness is not weakness. It is the strength to care even when you are busy, tired, or hurt.
People remember how you made them feel.
Gentle words and small gestures build silent trust over time. Trust is slow to earn and quick to lose. Kindness is how you deposit into that emotional bank account every day. Ask yourself, do people feel safe sharing their truth to me? If yes, your kindness is already working. Discipline attracts opportunities.
Discipline is doing what matters, even when you don't feel like it.
It is boring, unsexy, and absolutely magical. Most opportunities don't appear from nowhere.
They show up because discipline quietly prepared you for them. Showing up daily turns average talent into rare value.
That consistency makes people think of you when chances open.
When you set an alarm, stick to a routine, or finish a task on time,
you are not just being disciplined. You are inviting opportunity. One last question for you. Look at your day today. Which of these 4 are you feeding? Skills, wisdom, kindness, or discipline? Your future income, respect, trust, and opportunities are being built right now. Not by luck, but by tiny choices you are making in this very moment. Pick one small action today that your future self will thank you for. Is your buddy Mansi now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.
simple definition, ADR stands for American Depository Receipt. It is a certificate issued by a U.S. bank that represents shares of a company from another country.
instead of opening an account in that foreign country and dealing with currency issues. ADR is like a mirror copy of a foreign share made specially for the US market. It helps American investors buy foreign companies' shares easily in dollars on US exchanges. An American investor can simply buy the ADR on YSE or NASDAQ like any normal US stock. Dividends from the foreign company are collected by the bank. Then the bank pays the investor in US dollars after converting the currency. Easy example. Imagine Infosys, an Indian IT company listed in India. Infosys also has an ADR listed on the New York Stock Exchange with the ticker INFY. A US investor who wants to invest in Infosys has two choices. Complex way, open an account in India, handle rupees, Indian rules, time zone. Simple way, just buy Infosys ADR directly on NYSE in dollars. Each Infosys ADR represents a certain number of Infosys shares held by a US bank as custodian. So when Infosys price moves in India, the ADR price in the US generally moves in line with it. The bank makes sure one ADR always equals that fixed bundle of underlying Indian shares. Why ADRs exist? They make life easier for American investors. No foreign account, no currency hassle, still full exposure to that foreign company's performance. They also help foreign companies. Issuing ADRs, companies like Infosys, HDFC Bank, or ICICI Bank can tap US investors and raise more capital. Just remember, it is the US traded wrapper of a foreign stock, moving almost like its twin abroad. Hey everyone, this is Mansi, and today I'm taking you deep into the real truths of trading. Not the glamorous version, the hard, lonely, gut-wrenching one. You know, I've been broke 3 times in my life. Not just low on cash, I mean watching everything I built fall apart. Each time I had to rebuild from nothing. So today, I want to share the 5 brutal truths that separate survivors from the statistics. The first truth, intelligence means nothing without discipline. I repeat, intelligence means nothing without discipline. I've seen brilliant analysts blow up accounts because they couldn't follow their own rules. It's not IQ that saves you. It's emotional control when your system screams exit and your gut says hold. The second truth, the market owes you nothing. Not for your hours of research, not for your genius logic, and definitely not for being right. The market is wild. Sometimes it rewards fools and punishes brilliance. Your job isn't to be right. It's to stay aligned with price. Third truth, your biggest enemy is not the market. It's you. I repeat, listen carefully. Your biggest enemy is not the market. It's you. It's the ego that whispers, I can handle this risk. The truth, you can't. None of us can, not without limits. The great traders don't fight their emotions. They build systems to protect themselves from them. Number 4, survival always beats heroics. Everyone wants to hit the jackpot. But real wealth comes from staying alive long enough to compound. The math is brutal. Lose 50%, you need 100% to recover. So, protect your capital. Always. And the final truth, the market is always teaching, but only the humble are learning. Every trade has a lesson, win or lose, but most traders study profits, not mistakes. Those who learn from both become legends. So write these down. Discipline over intelligence. The market owes you nothing. You are your worst enemy. Survival is the real victory. and learning never stops.
Trading isn't just about money. It's about who you become in the process.
The market doesn't care if you're ready, but now you are. So tell me, which of these 5 truths hit you hardest today? This is your buddy Mansi, now signing off with a loving request to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.